You can already get some really cool looking outfits early in Assassin's Creed Mirage. I will also tell you how to become super rich early on, what skills you should unlock as soon as possible, but I want to start with two very nice Hidden Ones weapons. They for one look very awesome with a bird as the handle for the dagger and the Hidden One's crest on the hilt of the pretty large sword, and in combat they work well together as every 5th hit with your melee weapons poisons an enemy so they take damage over time, and the perk of the dagger makes it so that if you kill a poisoned enemy with a melee attack, you create a poison cloud, so then other enemies nearby will be poisoned as well. Just make sure that you really take the enemy out with melee hits, as a parry counter does not trigger a poison cloud, and also if the enemy dies from the damage over time, they won't leave a poison cloud behind. So to get the sword, you want to travel over here on the map, where you will find a gear chest. From the moment you can freely explore the open world, which is very early on when you have the Baghdad bound main mission, you can travel here with your mount. There are 3 enemies that you can easily take out. Carry the oil jar to break the wall on the other side, and the chest with the weapon is yours. Now the dagger can be earned in multiple locations in the wilderness depending on where you go first. An easy one is going over here on the map near the fast travel point. If you then jump down in the water, which is also where you will end up after doing the leap of faith from the fast travel point, they can enter a hidden cave, complete it, and the dagger is yours. For some really cool and powerful outfits, we want to be in Baghdad, because over here on the map in a gear chest, which is on a boat, you find one of my favorite outfits called the Zanj Uprising outfit. That really gives me some Origins Bayek vibes, thanks to the colors and the fact that it reveals some of Basim's body. It's totally one of the outfits that I've used the most throughout my playthrough, also because of the perk, as it reduces the impact of illegal actions on Basim's notoriety. So you build up the red bar in the bottom right corner of the screen less quickly, and that is great because otherwise you're constantly chased when on the street, and that makes going around the city way more of a pain. And it's also nice to upgrade the armor, so you will reduce the impact of illegal actions all the way up to 40%, and to do this we need 2 upgrade schematics. So basically find 2 extra gear chests in the Harbiye region. One can be found in the palace over here on the map, and the other one on a roof of an outpost over here on the map. Now if you got the materials, go to a nearby tailor and you can upgrade the armor. And if you, by the way, liked the video so far, drop a like, that would really help me out, and subscribe for way more Assassin's Creed Mirage content like this. We'll tell you about more powerful early game gear, but first I want to tell you how to get rich early on and unlock a discount at shops that will then last throughout the whole game. You will already spot the option to decrease the prices the first time you speak with one of the vendors, and for this we will need merchant tokens that you can very easily get by stealing. Now you can't just steal from an NPC every time the prompt appears, but I actually found that if you go over here on the map in the Round City district, that you will find a ton of people that you can steal from. Like this, the more wealthy part of Baghdad, so let's use that to our advantage, and then you will loot these merchant tokens as well that you can then use to get a 30% discount on every item in the shop, including the amazing Far East merchant costume that now costs 350 instead of 500. And every merchant in the game sells the same things, by the way, so you can't just grab this armor from any shop. Now you will of course still need to get the coins, but stealing is also great for that. Especially the trinkets that you will loot can be sold for quite a lot, so after stealing, go to a shop and then sell all of them in one go, and you will very quickly have enough to buy one of my favorite costumes in the game. And maybe you already noticed it, but I skipped the stealing mini game. Like that's a setting you can turn on by going to the menu, then to settings, and then to the gameplay tab. Here you will find guaranteed pickpocket. Turn it on, hit apply, and now you will always succeed, and it just goes way faster like this as well. Now it's up to you if you want to use it. I was kind of over the quick time event after some time, so I did use it later on. From stealing, you will also get power tokens, which are especially handy to remove your notoriety by going to one of these icons on the map. And you will also find a lot of scholar tokens that are in particular nice to exchange at a cartographer that you find over here in Baghdad. He will sell you the locations of gear chests and other collectibles. Totally the best use of your scholar tokens, like maybe save 1 or 2 just in case, but the rest you can totally spend here. Now you will need to zoom in to really see the icons you've just unlocked, which can in particular be tricky for the wilderness, So you gotta keep that in mind. Okay, the next one is kind of in the don't make the same mistake category, because for the first few hours I was simply exploring the world and not really touching the main quest, which is fun, but you will then be stuck with only your throwing knives, and then especially the more armored enemies can be tricky to take out. So that's why it's smart to at least go do the first few main missions early on until you have killed the first order target, because then if you play it smart, you can immediately unlock all the available tools and become way stronger. If you namely return to the Hidden Ones Bureau after that first target is slain, you can get a new tool for free, but if you then unlock the extra tool capacity skills in the menu, you can immediately get all the other tools as well. Like, this will only cost you 7 skill points in total, as you will need the auto collect first, and if you've already spent your skill points, you can of course just reset them and then spend them on these tool skills. So totally do this, as exploring the world while having all the tools will not only make the game way more fun, but also gives you a ton of new stealth and combat options. Other skills you want to unlock as soon as possible next to the auto collect and the extra tool capacity include Elixir Pocket, so you have 1 extra potion, which can be a lifesaver. I also put 1 skill in Pathfinder early on to help you spot things in the environment, especially nice during some of the main missions. But the best skill in my opinion is Knife Recovery, that is also easily unlockable early on. This will namely let you pick up knives that you used on enemies, so it means that you can go through a camp and pick up enemies one by one while aiming for the head, walk over their bodies and get the knife back. So you basically have an unlimited amount. And even if you accidentally hit the body, so you need 2 knives to take a guard out, they will also get those 2 knives back. It's really good. With the throwing knives, you can blow up the Greek fire enemies if you aim correctly. And for the brutes, aim for the legs, so at one point they will drop down and become an easy target. Throwing knives are needed for many puzzles, can be used to break bells, so getting them back from enemies is really amazing. And this also works great with another nice skill to unlock, Chain Assassination, as killing the second target actually requires you to use one of your throwing knives, but if you have the Knife Recovery skill unlocked, then you can also get that knife back. And the Breakfall skill that you need to get before that is also great, so these would be my skill recommendations for you to go after early on. The throwing knife tactic is also amazing for the weapons dealer contract that you can pick up from a contracts board that unlocks also early in the main story at a Hidden Ones Bureau. You namely get extra rewards if you do not get hit, so then using the throwing knives is of course amazing, but we want to do this mission as early as possible because then you get the really nice Rostam sword. Like, Basim usually doesn't do a lot of damage, but this blade has the highest base attack stat possible, and with every consecutive attack you deal plus 5% extra damage up to a maximum of 50%. So it's really nice to more quickly nuke enemies, and I think it looks pretty cool too. And you, by the way, saw me rock it with the Abbasid Knight outfit. You get it from the first gear chest you will open in the Kach district, like the one over here on the map. I really dig the unique warrior look, there's no outfit like it. And the perk is really nice too, as there's no health regen in this game, but with this armor you get 1% health every 2 seconds while unseen. So even if you prefer a different outfit, you can just, when low health and out of combat, equip this armor for a bit, get health back, and then switch back to the other outfit you were previously wearing. The next 2 gear chests you will find in the Kach district will contain the upgrade schematics, so you can find one over here on the map in the tax collector's mansion, and the other one is over here in the officer's club. Upgrading the armor will increase the health regen. Now I'm just getting started here with the Mirage content. Maybe a lot of stuff is already up on the channel depending on when you watch this. Just subscribe so you won't miss anything. A like on the video would of course be awesome. And if another tips and tricks video is already up, you can watch it by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you soon. Enjoy the game. Goodbye.